Yo, what up? What up? What up? How you doing? Ooh, I forgot to keep the air on today. I just turned that shit on. It is warm up there. It's not super hot because we had a bunch of cloud coverage and it's been kind of rainy today, but still, it is pretty hot. Still pretty dang warm in here right now.
Which is the nugget? What? Hey, chicken nugget. Which is the nugget? What?
A nigga run up on me, they get killed. Come out the sky like a fucking torpedo. All of these niggas be talking about your nigga run up on me. Just like some cheese, niggas get better get rid of burrito. I got some hot shit, you see feelings on you, just see the hot Cheetos. Then they be up, spinning wild like you, and I'm thinking you're regular. There, I feel like a story. All of these poor niggas talking about your man, I walk in the party, I take the whole portion. Know that the east, I walk with his source, and I walk with his source, and I get on these niggas, I already know.
Trap House Entertainment. If you wanna find me, Trap House Entertainment. If you wanna find me, you can check my live stream. Moving at a high speed, and I keep on high beams. Chilling with my high team, and I'm chasing my dreams. And I'm chasing my team. It's so blind, I had her once, I don't wanna back. I've been a dick. I'm my team. Trap House Entertainment. If you wanna find me, you can Trap House Entertainment. If you wanna find me, you can check my live stream. Moving at a high speed, and I keep on high beams. Chilling with my high team, and I'm chasing my dreams. And I'm chasing my Trap House Entertainment. If you wanna find me, you can check my live stream. Moving at a high speed, and I keep on high beams. Chilling with my high team, and I'm chasing my dreams. And I'm chasing my Trap House Entertainment. If you wanna find me, you can check my live stream. Moving at a high speed, and I keep on high beams. Chilling with my high team, and I'm chasing my dreams.
Uchi tubuena uchina. Ame se chonga na se kitene jemene. Uchi tubuena uchina. Tell me the easiest way to make.
All right, I'm heading out. All right, I'm heading out.
This is the run.
To break it all every day, normal motherfucker. I told you in the first song, I'll tell you in another. I'm just a regular every day, normal motherfucker. I don't have a girlfriend, my hands my own. To break it all every day, normal.
Don't shoot it. No idzie prykowi, bo stwierdził pro...
All right, I'm about to paint. Really was trying to let it cool off a little bit, a little teensy bit. It's so hot, my damn band-aid's starting to fill up. That's crazy. That's how we need it anymore. Let's get some shit pop. I made a stop for some snacks, some Scooby snacks, and I got me some ginger beer, or ginger ale rather, and a little bit of cognac. I've had this bottle, I had the same little bottle for like 2 months. Yeah, I've had the same bottle for about 2 months. Goes to show how much I drank. Yo, Crown Boys in the building. So pour a little shit, just a little sip of that in there. Got enough for that's like a double shot still left. Put a little bit in there just for taste, just so we can taste it. We're gonna dump this nice cold ginger ale on top of that. Oh, slow up now. Slow up now. Slow up now. Get the whole thing in there. There you go. The whole thing. All right, let that sit for a second so it should get cold on some ice. While we do that, my cartridge is empty. So we went and got some replacements. Uh-oh. What we got going on here? Grapefruit gas. And this was some lemon Tisdale or Tislake. I don't know if I went lemon or grapefruit. I'm going with the lemon first. The paint's supposed to be on the canvas, not you. I am the canvas, my guy. I'm a walking piece of art, man. I'm a walking piece of art. Renaissance man. I gotta put paint on me so that when I go out in public, people just automatically know, oh, that guy must be a painter. Goddamn right, I'm a painter. Are you a painter? Yeah, how could you tell? Well, you got paint all over your pants. Oh, that's kind of obvious. Oh, it's raining again. The rain is back. Oh, no. Get that screwed in there. Hit him with the one time for the one time. Definitely got some lemon zest in there. Holy shit. Oh. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Holy for holies. Oh man, this right here. Damn. That shit's so refreshing. Got a little bit of Henny in there. Oh yeah. Oh, that's where it's at right there. I'm in goddamn heaven right now. I ain't even gonna lie. It's like heaven to me. If this ain't heaven, I don't know what it is. You know, if this not heaven, then what you call it then? Looks like I was able to save this brush. I'm gonna go ahead and swap out my thinners and stuff right now before we even get started. I'm gonna swap out my baby oils too. So this brush has been sitting in some brush restoration fluid because I did leave it was just loaded with paint and absolutely forgot. and it got hard, so it wasn't like I could just kind of clean it off. I don't know what happened to my little wire brush I had. I'm gonna have to buy another one of those little wire brushes. I don't know what I did with it. Because right now, well, I don't know. I probably don't need the wire brushes. I am gonna dump this. I want to dump this thinner out. Get some cleaner thinner, and I'm gonna baby oil this brush. And this will probably be the last time I use this set of baby oil. This. I got a whole new bottle of baby oil right here, but I'm gonna try to use some of that recycled baby oil. A close up of the painting. Which one? The one on the easel or the one you looking at there? Which one? Not the feet. Well, that boy wouldn't see them feet. I don't know. I like showing off my feet paintings, man. A lot of people don't be wanting to see my feet paintings. I don't care. I'm gonna keep painting feet. I already got another image set up for the feet paintings too, yo. I already got pictures for it. I already got the. I just gotta put it on canvas. That's probably going to be the next image I put on canvas. Is something else for the series. All right, got my little baby oil cup clean. Let me see if I can. Recycle some of this baby oil. The oils and thinners have a different effect on the paint. So when I dump the old thinner into this big jar and let it sit for a couple days, like the paint actually coagulates and comes together. And then when you pour it off, like if you let it sit long enough, you can just tip the whole thing all the way out, and that paint will stay binded together, and you'll just get the thinner back. But with the oils, like the baby oils would not allow the oil paint to actually coagulate, so you can never pour all of it off because that last little bit always still has like the loose paint in there. It won't ever like really settle, and you can see it does stay uh, pigmented. It's yellow now from clear white baby oil to like this yellow tint, but that's fine too. It still work. And we saved the brush, so don't have to throw that out. You shall live to paint another day. You shall live to paint another day. Hey, Wendy. Yeah, Crown Boys. Which paint you was talking about? Man? I might not even let y'all see the painting. I might make y'all watch me the whole time today. Oh, how about that? Y'all can look at my ugly mug 2 hours while I do this. I mean, there isn't anything holding us up from getting started. He must have left out. Yo, P. What up, bro? How you doing? Um,
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Lee Wilson. I'm an international dance artist. I have so many projects coming out this.
yo, I'm a big Hideo Kojima fan. Well, not. I can't say that. I can't say. I'm a big Metal Gear Solid fan. Now, Hideo Kojima has made 3 different universes. There's the Xenophores or something like that. He made Metal Gear Solid. He made Xenoforce, and then he made Death Stranding. And I'm sure he worked on tons of other projects, but those are like his main 3 worlds or universes that he's created. And I actually had the first Death Stranding. I didn't get it as soon as it came out, but I got it because it's a Hideo Kojima game, and I did not like it. I didn't like playing that game, yo. Everybody was picking at it. It was like this is a walking simulator, and I felt like, yeah, you're not wrong. You're doing a lot of walking in this thing. But they say it gets better as you go and blah 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 blah. But I never finished. I probably played maybe 2 hours of the original of the first Death Stranding. I don't know if a game doesn't really capture my imagination in like 2 hours. Like, what? I mean, how much longer do I have to play before I get to a good part? Like the story and all of that was just so weird and convoluted and very vague. But then I watch other people play, and it's like it's cool to watch somebody else play it, but I don't want to play it myself. And now the new Death Stranding 2, just came out, and one of the gaming guys who I like to watch, he's actually playing. He's been playing it for 3 days because he had it. This post is from 2 days ago, and on the first day it came out, his stream was 5 hours and 52 minutes. He almost played this bitch for 6 hours straight. That's me on the Grand Theft Auto drop. I ain't gonna lie, yo. I'm telling y'all. They said the game is slated for May the 26th, 2026. Probably in January, I'm gonna just go ahead and schedule that couple of days off. You know what I'm saying? Okay, when a goddamn Elder Scrolls drop or a GTA drop, I don't go to work that day. And those are days where I will do a fucking 6, 7 hour game stretch. But my man said he did damn near 6 hours on the new Death Stranding. The Death Stranding, bro, yeah, it was so weird. And it just like, but it's a Hideo Kojima game. And the graphics look good, and they got Norman Reedus as the main character. I'm like, this is gonna be fucking badass. Norman Reedus, goddamn Dale from the Walking Dead is just like, and it's just like, nah, like no, no, thank you. I just I couldn't play game by numbers. Uh-oh, too much, too much behind the tablet. Rihanna dropped a new album before GTA 6 come out. Ain't she pregnant again? She ain't got time to be in the studio. She ain't got time to be in the studio. She pregnant. I hate that I know even a little bit about celebrities sometimes. I don't even know how I know that. But it's probably been so long since I've heard that she probably already has had her other kid already. Didn't they have twins the first time? Her and her dude. Rihanna's a billionaire, ain't it? She did clothes and went the makeup route. And just her music alone, like she's super, super famous. All her modeling endorsements and all the other shit she endorsed, like, ain't Rihanna like a billionaire? Yeah, she don't need to work on no shit. That's why she pregnant. That girl got all the fucking money. I did see like this now and then photo of her and like her homies when she was like in her teenage years, like 14, 16 years old, and then her like recently, same fucking homies, yo. She got the same clique of friends. That's one thing I like about anybody, yo. Don't ever switch up, don't ever change, don't ever forget where the fuck you come from, yo. And I almost can feel like if I was a billionaire and my fucking besties, my day ones, nigga, we all rich now, nigga. Fuck that. If I got money like that, everybody retired, nigga. I'm gonna set everybody up with enough guap where you can go start something. I might not pay all your bills for you all the time, but everybody gonna get a little chunk. I got a billion, everybody gonna get a little chunk. 100,000 for you, 100,000 for you. You need 100,000 for you, 100,000 for you. Let's go start some shit up, man. And we take all them 100,000s and put them together and start something. Start something individually. Everybody gonna come up. I might have to do more than 100,000 though. Now think about it. If I want people to be retired, 500,000, like 500,000 could be on the way towards retirement if you invest it right. 100,000, motherfucker could really blow through that in no time. Really, you buy a house and a car, you done. 500,000, like motherfucker give me $500,000 right now, I can probably parlay that shit into $1 million over the next couple years, and then I'll be a millionaire. I think I can flip 500,000 for free. You just gonna give it to me? Oh, let's make it do what it do. Got some thunder going on out there. Got a little thunder. A little thunder out there crackling.
Hey guys, we're finally here. Death Stranding 2 just released today. I'm so excited for this. To go from a game
I do want to see the
that I was
graphics on it.
among the haters of the original Death Stranding.
He was among the haters. Everybody hated that shit when it first came out. That shit was It was a weird ass game, man. It's very different. Very, very different from anything. Like, carry this package. Okay, where's my vehicle? No, you gotta walk. You can't trip and fall. I can't trip and fall. What the fuck? How you even think to do some shit like this, bro? Who thought of this shit, man? Kojima, where you get this idea from, bro? Yeah, that shit really don't play like any other game. I guess he said I'm gonna make a game that's so different, it's so unique. But it's definitely different. I tell you that. I ain't know he ain't like the first one though. Cause he said he done played that shit a couple times now. And he just played it again to get ready for this. He was like, yo, new Death Stranding coming out. You might as well go ahead and run through the old one more time before we get the new shit. So the last week or so he's been playing that shit. And he's been playing this other game called Returnal. Says that if I was at my grandma's house, she'd make me turn all this shit off. Boy, it's done in light now. They turn all that stuff off. Turn all them appliances off. I ain't about to turn this AC off. But you better turn everything off. I gotta turn all the stuff off just because it's thundering and light. Might can do a bigger brush. Might can do a bigger brush.
I never even tried the game because I heard the people saying the game was a walking simulator. It was terrible. It was this, it was that. And then I finally played it myself, and it is now one of my top games. So this right here, guys, one of my most anticipated games of the year. I cannot wait to jump in and play this. I'm so very excited. Again, I want to thank all of you guys for coming, hanging out today. I hope you guys really enjoy this. This will be a full-blown playthrough of the game, just so you guys kind of have an understanding of what this is. We're not going to be jumping around. There's going to be no jump cuts. There's going to be no skips. This is going to be pure gameplay. You guys are going to see the game start to finish. I'm going to try to do as much in the game as we possibly can. If you guys know, we just beat the first game like a few weeks ago on the channel, and we did a pretty extensive playthrough, and I'm going to pretty much try to do the same thing with this. So again, I want to say thank you, everybody. I hope everybody has a good day. I hope you guys enjoy this. And let's not waste any time because I am excited. Ace with the 19. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you. Let's go. So I am playing this on PS5. It's only out on PlayStation. It's not on PC, unfortunately. It is what it is, though. All right. We're 1-1 chat. It was said at the birthday. Hold on. No, I'm actually gonna change it to my real birthday.
October 13th.
So while doomed can afflict almost anyone, those born under constellations with greater connection to the beach, such include Cancer, Pisces, whatever those are, to develop in the condition, is believed that such individuals are fated to walk a life path fraught with disquiet and turmoil. Here we go with the 29. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Welcome to Warren.
Thank you.
Let's go up.
Choose from hundreds of quality used cars.
Shipped to your location.
You'll enjoy Rewards Plus perks.
Like saving up to $5,000 on your next car.
Reporter named Sam forged a bond with the Briggs baby, Lou. So at the end of the game, we discovered Lou was a girl, actually. Like a little recap on the first game, kind of give you guys an understanding of what the hell happened. Eating an apple. So on the day that America celebrated, Sam and Lou disappeared without a trace. It's almost a year later. So this game takes place 1 year after the first. Almost.
Me? I've always loved quarters. Through freezing rain and biting wind. Across rivers, mountains, and endless deserts. They come to deliver something priceless. A glimpse of a life that never known me. They're my window. My sole connection to the outside world. And I know they'll be back again today.
I ain't gonna lie, yo. This heat got all my paints fucked up. Yo. They like gummy and tacky or something. I'm about to redo this palette. I can't even. I'm sitting here struggling like a motherfucker, bro. These paints feel really weird right now. But it's been 100 degrees up in this bitch too. So I'm gonna just put the exact same colors on here.
Damn. It's on the PS5, chat.
Yeah, that shit looks so fucking real.
It's just a normal PS5. What's that?
shit look crazy.
That's like that.
All right, that's why I really want to see just how they do the graphics in this one. The last one was pretty as hell. Even though it was a weird game, the graphics were like top fucking notch.
I didn't expect this level of fidelity on the race for this one, if I'm being honest.
When I was 16, I was busy doing this. When I was 17, I was busy doing this. And I didn't have a clue how to release music until I found a distributor called DistroKid.
Okay, so home is over there.
The name of the game is called Death Stranding 2. The beach is here. Death Stranding.
What the hell is a drop, dude? But my thing is, I've never played Death Stranding on a controller. I played on a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, but the game is like a lot of fucking walking.
So I'm not trying to fall with the kid on me because that'd be embarrassing. This train is gorgeous for real.
Damn, do not like to look at that.
Does controller feel weird? I mean, for me, it does, just because I'm a PC gamer, so anytime I use controllers, it feels weird. This game, I'll get used to it though, because it shouldn't be too bad, right? I can't believe how awesome this damn aerial camera. Oh, shit.
I'm gonna have to. I can't just listen to this. I have to look at it too. So I'm gonna have to put something else on. Cause that shit is so distracting right now. I can't even do it.
The only way this will make sense.
But reports coming from the region suggest that the sides accuse each other for violating the ceasefire. So
I think they both violated it. I don't think I'm not sure they did it intentionally. They couldn't rein people back. I don't like the fact that Israel went out this morning at all and I'm going to see if I can stop it. So as soon as I get away from you, I'm going to see if I can stop it, okay? I think it's been completely demolished. I think the reason we're here is because those pilots, those B-2 pilots, did an unbelievable job. And you know, the fake news, like CNN in particular, they're trying to, they're trying to say, well, I agree that it was destroyed, but maybe not that destroyed. You know what they're doing? They're really hurting great pilots that put their lives in the line. CNN is scum, and so is MSDNC. They're all, and frankly, the networks aren't much better. It's all fake news, but they should not have done that. Those pilots hit their targets. Those targets were obliterated, and the pilots should be given credit. They're not after the pilots, they're after me. They want to try and demean. Iran will never rebuild its nuclear. From there, absolutely not. That place is under rock. That place is demolished. The B-2 pilots did their job. They did it better than anybody could even imagine. They hit late in the evening. It was dark with no moon, and they hit that target with every one of those things, and that place is gone. But when I see CNN all night long, they're trying to say, well, maybe it wasn't really as demolished as we thought. It was demolished. If you take a look at the pinpricks and you see that place is gone. And I will say, I think CNN ought to apologize to the pilots of the B-2s. I think that MSDNC ought to apologize. I think these guys really, these networks and these cable networks are real losers. You really are. You're real losers. You're gutless losers. I say that to CNN because I watch it. I have no choice. I got to watch that garbage. It's all garbage. It's all fake news. But I think CNN is a gutless group of people. And the people that run it, nobody even knows it's been sold so many times. But the people that run it ought to be ashamed. MSDNC, a guy named Brian Roberts, he heads it. He's a disgrace. He's a weak, pathetic disgrace.
Do you believe that Iran is still committed to peace?
Yeah, I do. They violated, but Israel violated it too. Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what they're doing. Do you understand that?
Many events in America are shaping public perception, yet people are often misled by the information presented in news articles and blog posts. These topics are certainly intriguing, but most individuals fail to examine the misleading messages closely enough to understand the true situation.
This morning, the Department of Homeland Security warning of a heightened threat environment in the United States following the attack against Iran's nuclear facilities over the weekend. In a bulletin issued just after Israel began attacks on Iran, the Department of Homeland Security warns that low-level cyber attacks against U.S. networks are likely. ABC's Pierre Thomas on This Week.
The networks mentioned involve U.S. infrastructure, the energy sector, the electrical grid, financial sector. The bulletin urged infrastructure officials to immediately assess their security to make sure their defenses were strong enough to block any malicious activity by Iran. The networks mentioned involve U.S. infrastructure, the energy sector, the electrical grid, financial sector. The bulletin urged infrastructure officials to immediately assess their security to make sure their defenses were strong enough to block any malicious activity by Iran.
Concerns are also growing about the Strait of Hormuz, a crucial global shipping lane for oil, with Iran threatening to block shipping. New video this morning shows the moment the U.S. struck one of 3 key nuclear sites in Iran. Explosions heard in the distance as a fireball lights up the night sky. On Saturday, about a dozen B-2 bombers took off from Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri for Operation Midnight Hammer. Nearly half of the aircrafts were considered a decoy group heading west towards Guam with trackable movements. A short time later, another group flying in secret took off in the opposite direction, heading to Iran. The planes dropping 14 massive ordnance penetrator bombs capable of penetrating deep underground. The fallout of the strike raising questions of what comes next.
In your opinion, are we not at war, or are we?
No, we're not at war with Iran, John. We're at war with Iran's nuclear program. We want Iran to give up their nuclear weapons program peacefully.
President Trump now appearing to entertain the idea of a regime change in Iran, posting on social media, "If the current Iranian regime is unable to make Iran great again, why wouldn't there be a regime change?"
Save time creating content and generate a high-quality clone of your voice with 11 Labs. Change the way you record podcasts.
It's not fake news that Donald Trump has implemented nearly 65% of the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025 plan so far. And we are just 6 months into Trump's second presidential term. Interestingly, he attempted to distance himself from Project 2025 during his third campaign run, which my viewers may recall I covered at that time. I also mentioned that the demonstrators or participants in protests are often recruited by left-wing organizations, primarily funded by George Soros and his affiliates. Throughout American history, every significant protest that gained enough traction to become the top news story on various news outlets has received funding from what some refer to as the elites or non-human billionaires who have profited from crimes against humanity. Mind you, not everything you see on the news is genuine, especially when AI has evolved into a mind-manipulating reality free of charge.
Sir, did you just steal cartons of eggs?
Damn straight bitch in this economy. I can make more off these mother than I can off crack. Now get the f out my way, god damn it.
You want to act like a jackass in my country? You better be ready to get flattened, Florida style.
Y'all waving Mexican flags like you even know the damn anthem. Half of you can't even spell Guadalajara without Google.
Y'all out here screaming for open borders, but lock your doors in Beverly Hills. You want to change the world, but you can't even change a tire. Get real.
Y'all act like you're from Mexico, but you were born at Kaiser and can't even order tacos without Google Translate. Stop the cap, bro. Your grandma's salsa is from a jar.
Many people in America are struggling financially, and in their desperation to provide for their families, some may accept money from these terrorist organizations funded by billionaires to act in front of cameras, because everyone seems to enjoy a well-scripted live stream experience.
Describe where it just feels like something's going to happen and you're waiting for it to happen. It just feels like something's going to happen and you're waiting for it to happen.
Just got offered $200 to go protest ICE right here in New York City. There's an organization called the Kings. Basically, on June 14th, they're gonna have a big protest. They're recruiting people, telling you people where they gotta go, what streets to be in. They're also gonna be delivering bricks in case they have to defend themselves. But the craziest part is they say if you get arrested, you'll be provided with a lawyer free of charge to get you out of jail. Like, this is insane. Now, see, some Latinos, they probably saw me as an easy target, mostly going after Latinos like me, but what they don't know is that I'm a legal immigrant here, and I would not sell on my country for $200. Actually, I'm not selling my country for any amount because this country has given me so much to me and my family. There's no way I'm gonna sell out. But think about all the people who need the money right now and take a debate, you know, to go protest. This is some scary crap. I mean, the fact that you have to pay people to go protest is insane, and people are gonna fall for it because people do need the money. What do you guys think about this crazy scam? And did I do the right thing by refusing to sell on my country? Please leave me a comment.
When I was out in Los Angeles protesting the ICE deportations for the past few days, besides the fact that I got paid $150 to do so per day, I kept seeing signs everywhere that this was being funded by somebody much higher than the person that I'd met. For instance, they would give us certain streets or certain targets to go to, and on those streets, there would be pallets of things that could cause destruction to the community. I am not joking. For instance, you turn a corner, boom, there's a pallet of bricks. Oh, that's convenient. Let's destroy the community. And y'all know me, I'm a good guy, but I truly do not care that much about the ICE deportations. I just want that $150 a day. But I got to thinking, man, whoever is funding this must really hate this country. So as time goes on while we're protesting and things evolve, they evolve in a lot more violent nature. For instance, instead of there being a pallet of bricks on the Target neighborhood or Target street that we are protesting on, it'll be a pallet of flammable objects. So it was at that moment when I saw that pallet of Molotov cocktails sitting on the ground, I thought, man, should I really be doing this? Like, this is bad news. This is going to get way worse. Now, I'm not from Los Angeles or live in Los Angeles, so I don't really care about destroying that community, but I'm American after all. Like, this is not good. Moral of the story is there are certain people in our government that wants us to go burn the local police station down, but in actuality, the corruption is at a much higher level.
Well, I really think you have a lot of paid agitators, professional agitators in here too, and I see it all over. And you know, when you see signs and they're all identical, that means they're being paid by a source. You know, these aren't hand-painted signs where people would go to their basement and paint something because they really believed it. These are all signs that are identical. They're made by the same printer. And, you know, when you see that, that means there's somebody at top that's paying or a group that's paying, and they're doing great.
So they did some research to find out who pays for these kinds of demonstrations in Los Angeles, okay? Well, the main agency is the Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights. Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights. This is funded by far left people like the George Soros Open Society Foundation. Pours a lot of money into it. And then these people organize the protests. But this isn't the worst part about this. The state of California finances another group, okay? And it is called the LA Rapid Response Network. It also finances the state of California, Coalition for Humane Immigration Rights. So that's tax money going into this organization. So during fiscal year ending June 30th, 2023, the Coalition for Humane Immigration received from the state of California $34 million. 30. So the state of California paid for those rights with tax money.
So you want people to hear your music. My name's Alfie Neal, and I'm a singer, songwriter, and CD baby artist from the UK. So aside from dodging the English rain,
hear that anywhere else?
Now, again, do you believe that this war is real, or will you exclude paid actors from this part of the discussion? America's history has often been about replacing the old with a new version, which is reflected in the saying, out with the old, in with the new. This also relates to how you receive the information that is intended for you to repeat, regardless of whether it is misleading or untrue. Before you know it, they will replace the Google search engine with ChatGPT, all due to its affiliation. ChatGPT is owned by OpenAI. On June 16, 2025, OpenAI was awarded a $200 million government contract by the U.S. Defense Department to serve as its exclusive artificial intelligence tool. It's important to keep this in mind because the same AI software companies that can create realistic videos like the ones you see here.
Angela Carter here, live from the Cedar Grove flood disaster. Just kidding, I'm not real. This is Dana Brooks reporting live from Ocean View Beach. Just kidding. I'm not real. This is Charlotte Reed reporting live from Clearwater Beach, where an unidentified. Just kidding. I'm not real.
Will also be the tech companies the government uses to produce videos of horrific events. These videos can be so realistic that they will be difficult to label as fake, reducing the need for hiring as many actors as before. Influencing public opinion is becoming easier with the advancement of technology. It often compels individuals to take a stance and share their views online. As a result, live streaming has become the new normal, providing a platform for anyone to express themselves. Even if no one is physically present to listen, there are always those behind the software who are paying attention.
We are casting spells on ourselves with the music. We're literally making our children, our elders, and everybody, we're literally practicing everything that's being said in the rap music. It's became our culture. So much that we don't have a culture. Like you look at Mexican people, you know, they have it in their culture, you know, they're gonna work, they're gonna be, you know what I'm saying, hard-working people. They'll they'll come over here and start from scratch, take their crumbs and all stick together. But you look in the black neighborhoods, we all trying to stun on one another. Everybody balling. Don't nobody own nothing, but everybody's balling. We're the only race of people who will go online and post $10,000 and $15,000 cash. No other race is doing that. Why would they want someone to see their hard-earned money? We're the only ones going by this repeated cycle that we're listening to in this music. The movies that were portrayed to us when we were kids, everything about what they call our culture is negative. We're the only people in this world. If you come to a radio station right now and cut to a black radio station, you're going to hear about twerking. You're going to hear about people not being shit. You're going to hear nothing but negativity. You're going to hear nothing but poison that's going to continue to poison our future. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we need to just go and flip everything around, man, because like we can't go another 20 or 30 years doing this. If you feel like it's too late, then you're not part of this conversation. But if you're somebody who wants to make a change, you know, start off with stop letting your kids listen to the poison rap music. Because there's no way. I just went on the Shade Room the other day and a dude was bragging about his son going to a 50 Cent concert. And he knew the songs. He's like, what up, blood? What up, cuz? What up, gangsta? How is your 8-year-old son? How does he know this stuff already? Why doesn't he know how to plant? Why doesn't he know how to change a tire? Why doesn't he know how to rake the leaves up in the yard? Why don't he know how to use a lawnmower or a weed eater? Why doesn't he know how to change a light bulb or pump gas? But your sons and your daughters can rap every rap song word for word. So let's stop claiming hip hop and rap as our culture, because that's not our culture. That's what's been sold to us by the Jewish media, by the Jewish record label owners, by the Jewish media company owners. If you turn on a white radio station, they're not going about their day listening to that bull crap. That poison to the ears is not playing inside their ears. They're not hearing music about killing people or about doing drugs or about stunting on your man or cheating on your wife. They're not talking about that. If you come to Spanish radio stations, they're not talking about that. They're not talking about that. It's only in our communities that they're making this like it's cool. When it's not. It's not cool at all. So from any age range, we're literally poison. Only thing we're worried about in our communities is getting money. We're not worried about building up those communities. We're not worried about buying land, starting farms, growing our own food. If you're gonna eat meat, why not go and get you a cow? Why not go and get you a chicken? Y'all got all these thousands, all these bands, right? Why not go get you some chickens or some goats or a cow and have your own beef and process your own meats and clean your own meats instead of having to go to the store and buy it from them? The black people from back in the day, a lot less than what we have now. They had a lot less than what we have now, a lot less money. But they had more crops, they had more animals, more cattle, they had more land, they had black banks, black hospitals. What do we have now? In the last 30 to 40 years, what have we done to make an impact on history? It just feels like we're a dead society. This generation, these last couple generations of black people. Since Martin Luther King died, black people haven't done anything major. And there are some people going to say, well, we had a black president, Obama. What did that do for the black race? But make you feel good because you had a black president. What did it do? Every other race, the nations are coming over here with nothing. And in a couple of years, they'll start businesses, buying houses, own an apartment complex. You go down Buford Highway in Atlanta, the Mexicans and the Asians own everything. It's not one black store on Buford Highway, period. Period. So let's just stop, man. Let's restructure our culture and our ways of thinking. Let's stop listening to this poisonous called rap music, because it's only being detrimental to us and our kids and our elders. Listen to how these kids are talking these days. I went to Target other than Atlantic Station, and all these kids, man, it's like watching zombies. And it's only our race of kids. We're the main ones out here causing problems. You got the people who say, well, at least we're not shooting up schools. Okay, that's really bad to have a school shooting. But when you're looking on the news every day, in Atlanta, all the teenagers are killing each other. It's nothing but teenage murders. So the future that y'all literally just sat there and raised, they're literally wiping themselves out, and y'all as parents are gonna keep letting them listen to NBA Youngboy and all these other different rappers that are feeding your children garbage. Garbage. It's crazy, man. We need to stop this. We need to stop it now.
BetMGM Casino has the most exciting live dealer tables. So when you want the magic of Vegas, you get the magic of Vegas. All the excitement of a player's paradise with live dealer blackjack, roulette, craps, baccarat, and
the current tensions, particularly among Latinos who feel that Black Americans are not supporting their protests against immigration deportation, indicative of a repeating historical pattern. Throughout history, illegal immigrants have often replaced indigenous people in America, as we were forced out of our lands numerous times. For example,
elected officials refuse to address the problem. The Black elected officials refuse to address the problem. My own congressman refuses to address the problem. And I think the problem is Black folks see all minorities as allies. And this is not the case. These people are not here for our common good. They're here for their own good. Where I don't have any ill will towards anybody, I also want to look out for my race. I'm a Black American. I've never used a hyphen, but I will refuse to turn my back on my race and see what's going on in South Central to my people and let these people come in here and just take over. I'm not going to sit back and watch it. And I think it's a terrible thing, a horrendous thing for anybody to see this going on and say, well, he's a minority like me, so I won't speak up. From. The key to this whole thing is stop the denial, stop the alliances of, in other words, he's a minority like me, so I can't speak up against him. If this was white folks committing these lynchings to us in South Central, what's going on, there would be an outrage in this country. We have had firebombs thrown through windows. We have had people's cars burned in the driveway because they happened to move into the wrong communities. We had a lady who moved to East LA, came to the state from the South, not knowing what East LA was an all Hispanic community. She wasn't there one day. We had another man who was burned out of his house in Torrance last year. We had 5 murders in Hawaiian Gardens just because the people were Black. This would not be tolerated if this was white on Black crime. But the fact that these people come here, and it's the numbers, sir. It's the numbers. They come here in the numbers, they build up the Hispanic community, and they get this sense of power against us. And there are race riots in the schools every day in Los Angeles. It never makes the media. The Black kids are being run out of the schools every day and told to go back to Africa. It never makes the media. We are having people who are being discriminated against on every avenue of society, economic, schools, even in our prisons now. They have drawn lines, and our prisoners in California are being beat and harassed and by Hispanic gang members who recently arrived here because of the numbers. My answer to you, sir, would be we don't need any new laws. Enforce the ones we got.
That's because black people, y'all cry too much. Y'all complain too much. You're victims. Here's the thing. That crying, that complaining is what caused black people to fight. If it weren't for black people put in prison for fighting and getting murked a lot of times, if it weren't for that, a lot of minorities in this country wouldn't have these systemic opportunities that we do today. The irony that I see when I see Mexicans or Mexican Americans tell black people that y'all cry too much, y'all complain, y'all just victims, but it is that crying and that complaining what caused y'all to fight for all of us. For all of us. Literally, we Mexican, and I speak for myself, we're so prideful that we choose to be quiet a lot of times as we're being systemically mistreated and we face systemic inequalities. And due to that is why we as Mexican people are so behind. It's so behind, and we get mistreated so much in this country because we don't complain. We don't cry. We are just bullied around, being pushed around by everybody, as opposed to black people who said, nah, we're gonna fight. And that sacrifice while fighting enabled all minorities, not just Mexicans, Asians, Indians, everybody in this country benefit.
No, I didn't add anything to it. I started reading some more last night. I was actually talking to my friend who gave me the book. She was like, "You're not finished yet?" I'm like, "No, I'm a little less than halfway through." I might take a break from writing just so I can read a little bit more. I think I'm running out of inspiration. I need to gather some more new thoughts and ideas. So I might not be writing for a couple of days, maybe a week or so. I'll need to edit down these other albums that I already have. And I want to redo a lot of the older material since the new version of the program is out. Let's see if I can make some of them like more crisp.
It's from the civil rights movements that was fought by black people. So my personal opinion in regards to black people always complaining, black people always crying, we need to stop identifying that as crying and complaining and really call it, we're tired of systemic inequality, systemic oppression. And we are going to finally stand up and change things. That is what a lot of Mexican people can't see. We call that crying, but the reality is that the reason why we are in the conditions that we are is because we don't cry enough.
La única comunidad que nos va a sacar de este juego se llaman los negros
100%.
americanos.
100%.
African American community is the only community that has the power in this country to change anything. They are the only one with the experience of civil matter. They are the only one que tenían el esclavo ahí mismitico. They are the only one that are not going to get deported anywhere, and you cannot put them all in jail. So African American community, which is the community that is stepped on by Cubans, the most are the only ones that are going to save the Latinos. And I clap for the African American community that has not come out because it is not. I do. We didn't do shit for them.
I get it, but I don't.
Me and you support, but in masses. We didn't support anything that was going with them. Latinos look at Cubans specifically. I'm not going to talk about any other community because I'm not part of that community, even though I'm a Latina with them. Cubans talk shit about African Americans. Cubans did not support African Americans. Cubans think that they all victimize themselves. That all of these African Americans are the only ones that are going to save your ass as Latinos. So you better start kissing. If you're gonna kiss some ass in this country, you better kiss some black ass.
Now, is this pattern of repeated history a sign that the cycle could start over again soon? Or does it suggest that someone is controlling both sides to maintain control? In my previous video, I revealed Biden's last actions before leaving the White House.
including his affiliation with the so-called secret society or organization that would promote that they are for Black people only. But you saw otherwise. I also pointed out that during Donald Trump's first term, he placed his hand on the Bible during the inauguration, but he did not do so during his second inauguration.
Now we gotta go help people customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Maybe where's the golf cart? There it is.
This should have raised questions at the time. However, isn't he just following the example set by previous presidents? For example, his position on the conflict between Israel and Iran seems to align with the approach taken by former presidents and politicians.
Criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
I think we gotta have tough conditions. Tell people to come out of the shadows. If they've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked, they're gone.
Have you noticed that the Republicans and the Democrats can't agree on nothing except when it comes to Israel and Netanyahu can come over here, you see the leader of the Republican, the leader of the Democrats standing together with Netanyahu. Is that a strange picture that you can't agree on the welfare of the American people, but you can agree on what is in the best interest of Israel? Talk back to me.
The only way this would make sense to some people is if Trump is Jewish, right?
You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You gotta get out and vote.
Okay, so he said he's not a Christian. Recently, Trump was presented an official gold-framed copy of his grandfather, Frederick Trump's birth certificate by German Chancellor Friedrich Merz.
This is the birth certificate of Donald Trump's grandfather, born in 1869, close to Bad Dürkheim. Right? Yeah. That's what serious name was written. That's serious. Serious German man. Serious.
Frederick Trump was born in Germany in 1869 and migrated to the United States in 1885. If we examine his family lineage, it becomes evident why Donald Trump, along with other presidents and politicians, regardless of their political party affiliation, tend to favor Israel, unless you decide to take the blue pill.
It's an honor to be here with the first Jewish president of the United States.
See, what the public has to realize is that the enemy is on code with their plans. And what's alarming is how easily Donald Trump became the new incoming president for a second time without any cheating during the election this time around. Their code language is numbers, and Trump was president number 45 and is now president number 47. 4 plus 5 is 9, and then 4 plus 7 is 11. So that's 9/11. 911 is nationally recognized as the number to call for emergency assistance. It also evokes memories of September 11, 2001, which may suggest the need for emergency assistance in their internal camps, as though it was an inside job. So with that being said, is Donald Trump the emergency relief for us, the people, or for them? I'm just here to make you think.
Yeah, DNA. Yeah, DNA.
Dan Calloway gives a pretty good analysis. Well, 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 well. Well, well, well. Somebody texting my phone. I'm in a group chat with my aunt and uncle and like some other family members because they're doing like this European tour, and I think they're in France right now. And so she's been sending pictures to the family group chat. Oh, lovebirds all the way in France. Mm-hmm. They took a bus to Lyon, France, the third largest city in France. Now they're on the river. The city has a rich history for Christians, the 16th century Renaissance, World War II resistance, and of course, good French food and perfume. There were more bicycles than cars here, and although they eat a lot of cheese, bread, and wine, they are on the whole thinner and healthier. Sorry, I meant parfume ou reveal. Yeah, they having a blast over there right now. Two old fogies chilling around on boat tours going up and down Europe. My aunt be needing that shit more than anything. My uncle been retired for hell 20 something years. My aunt still works and busts her ass every day. She's a department head at Bone, one of their engineering departments, and she works a lot of hours, and like her department got like 40 something people in it, and so yeah, she has a pretty demanding career. So when she get a chance to step away from her desk for days on end and just do something chill like this, like she really deserves that shit. Yeah, that's my aunt's house. You can even see my car. My car is parked right there. But yeah, that's my aunt's house. That's looking up the driveway. Yeah, my aunt got a fucking, like I say, a really demanding position at Boeing, but it affords her a very luxurious life. Yes, she has, they have a very, very nice life, very comfortable. But she does work a lot. Like I say, her husband is retired from the military. He was a sniper ranger sniper, whatever. And like one of the Halo jumper parachute guys. So he did a lot. But he fell out of a helicopter. Hurt his fucking back. And got an early retirement. They got 2 kids, so he stayed home and was house daddy. And my aunt just kept working because she just got a pretty good job. And over the years, like she keep advancing, and now she's a department head. So oh yeah, she definitely treats herself nice. When she gets time, yeah, she treats herself nice. As she should. Let's say she's definitely probably the smartest person in our family. But not just because she's my aunt. Like she's like borderline genius. Like my aunt is one of the smartest people I know, period. And it's not just because she's my aunt. I'm trying to tell you, that lady is fucking smart as shit. When I talk about the aunt who always gave me books as a kid, that's her. Like she just always made sure I read a lot. You understand? I would go stay with her and my uncle over the summertime because they lived in Colorado for a little while because they were both in the military. I think she was actually his superior. Like she was his boss or whatever. And they lived in Colorado, and then they were in Washington State for a while, and then she had to go to Georgia for a little while, and then back to Washington State. And that's when she got with Boeing. And then after a couple of years of Boeing, they was like, oh, well, we need you in Virginia. That's the only reason they moved to Virginia was because Boeing said, yeah, if you want to keep working with us, you're going to have to move to Virginia. And she moved for a pretty significant role, but now, like, she definitely has, like, one of the top positions. I be thinking my aunt is spy sometimes, yo, because she'll tell you that she can't talk about what she do at work. And Boeing is a defense contractor, so it's like, are you working in the private sector? Or are you working in the government sector? Like, because Northern Virginia is right there, it's right by DC. So it's like, what do you really do? Is y'all building stealth fighters or y'all building passenger planes? If you're building passenger planes, I feel like you could talk about some of this stuff. I said, my aunt been at Boeing for so long, yo, and once again, I've never heard her say, oh, well, this is, we're working on this project, or we're trying to figure out this issue, or, we're coming up with a solution for this type of thing. Like never. She'd just be like, "Ooh, I'm so happy to be home from work." And that's about it. Oh, it was a long day. I bet it is a long day being a spy. You a spy, ain't you? I think you a spy, Marcy. Making my aunt be on some 007 type stuff. Now I'm really thinking about it. Why are you going to Europe right now, Auntie? Is you really spying on these people over there? I'm telling you, man. The unsuspecting spy is always like, that's a very common theme in a lot of movies. You can find that where you get halfway through the movie, it's like, oh, he's the spy? Like, yeah, the whole time you ain't know who the fuck it was. I think if I ever write a little novel or short story or something, it's gonna be like, I'm gonna base that shit on my aunt. Like just a regular engineer or whatever, blah blah blah. No. By night, spy. Some mild mannered, mom, because she put her daughter in ballet. Just some mild mannered black ballet mom, has a corporate job. But every once in a while, she goes on these super advanced spy missions where she can use her military training to unalive motherfuckers. She looks so cute and sweet. I be forgetting, like, oh, you did a lot of time in the army. I always forget you train how to kill people. I forget they trained you how to kill people with your bare hands. Oh, I always have to remember that. Like, yeah, my auntie been in the army, yo, and she ain't do like 4 years. She did like 16 years or something. Like, she was in there. Of course, she was definitely more at higher levels than just combatants. But she know her shit, though. You know what? Next time I go see my family in Virginia, I'm gonna ask my aunt if she want to go to the gun range. Now she still got them sharp ass skills with a pistol. I know you a spy now. I know you a spy. Why your skills still so sharp? But you never forget. Nah. Never forget my ass. It seems like you've been practicing lately. When the last time you shot somebody? The aunt with the golden gun. All right, we're just a little bit out to 5. A little bit out to 5. We're almost done with the skin tone though. Doing pretty good.
This is an AI plugin that will get you Spotify Ready Masters in just 3 easy steps. Step 1, have Liner.
Just as we predicted, Diddy's prosecutors abandoned multiple allegations against the rapper days before trials end.
Oh, you're joking.
You know this, Kurt?
I've been saying it nonstop and commenting it, but I have to tell you, I was hoping that I would be wrong and silly. And you'd go, see, Kurt, you're just a silly guy. And no, it was right.
No, we were correct. Let's see, is this going to play a commercial first? Yes. Okay. Let me read some of the story. The government, here it is. Sean Diddy Combs prosecutors indicated they are not pursuing several allegations against the rapper that pertain to the racketeering charge just days before closing arguments are set to begin. The government indicated in the letter to the judge filed Tuesday and obtained by Fox News Digital that the theories of attempted kidnapping, attempted arson, and aiding and abetting sex trafficking not be pursued. So, in other words, the biggest charges. That's what it sounds like to me, right? The biggest charges are not going to be pursued. That's what it sounds like to me. The government understands the court's desire for streamlined instructions. With that in mind, the government has suggested ways to streamline those instructions. And one of those ways to streamline it, just drop the most important charges. And so you remember that the prosecutor is James Comey's daughter.
What's her name? I'm calling her Janet, and that's wrong. That's what was misinformation. I keep saying Janet. It's not Janet.
Specifically, the government has removed instructions from the charges relating to attempted kidnapping under both California and New York law, attempted arson under California law, and aiding and abetting sex trafficking. The government is no longer planning to proceed on these theories of liability, so instructions are no longer necessary.
I should have waited.
You gotta be kidding.
I know I said it a lot, but I don't believe. It's like I believe this, but I don't believe it because it's so ridiculous, But then it's real. Like every time.
So charges being dropped, the West Coast trial lawyer's co-founder said. The prosecution's legal theories are essentially the same. The government is no longer pursuing the attempted kidnapping and attempted arson as predicate acts for racketeering, but they can still argue that the completed kidnapping of Casey Ventura and Capricorn Clark and completed arson of Kid Cudi's vehicle are RICO acts. The same applies to the sex trafficking counts. The government is arguing that Combs sex trafficked the victims, not that he aided and abetted others to do so. They're simplifying the charges for the jury. This doesn't really change anything.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of that? What do you think of that?
Nothing. Well, except for those 2 major charges that would have implicated other people in on the networking, much like the Epstein thing, which Tony's daughter also presided over. She was at the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, remember?
Yes.
So as soon as that dingbat was in charge, that Manchurian fake candidate prosecutor, you know she's there doing cleanup. That's James Comey's daughter.
Maureen Comey.
Maureen.
Diddy's defense allegedly planned to invoke the Iran conflict during closing arguments, according to TMZ. The government seemingly objected to the strategy after court won. Given that the attorneys who will be giving summations won't be here tomorrow, I wanted to put something on the record that I hope will not be necessary, but my hope is that we don't have to object during defense summation. Assistant U.S. Attorney Maureen Comey said. Really don't want to do that. So I just want to put on the record that we think it would be objectionable and crossing a line for any summation to bring up politics or current events or the propriety of this prosecution and the use of government resources. I would hope that Mr. Agnifilio would not cross over those lines. But I just want to say that if he did, I would object in the middle of his summation and ask the court to instruct the jury to disregard any comments like that. So I wanted to state that in advance of summation and the hope that that is not necessary.
Welcome to more.
Thank you.
Let's go up.
Trying to make sure that the prosecution noted that this issue has been brought up in one of the government's motions in liming. I don't know what that word means. I believe at that time there was an agreement by the defense not to engage in any of that type of argument, Judge Subremian said. But Mr. Agnifilo, to worry about here? Nothing to worry about, Judge, Diddy's defense lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, responded. Both the prosecution and Combs' defense wrapped up their respective cases Tuesday after 6 weeks of testimony. The defense did not call any witnesses to the stand. Instead, presented evidence they claim proves inconsistent statements, so they didn't call any witnesses. Diddy's defense lawyer didn't call any witnesses.
Yeah, so that's how you know he was deeply involved in the government, because if Diddy's lawyer called witnesses, I'll bet people close to Maureen Comey would have to be named. You heard her little dumb speech, and then I would deny it if they ever said anything, because Diddy works for the network that Epstein worked for and Hugh Hefner worked for. They've been doing this for many years, and they're never, ever, ever going to hurt national security, which is why they did this.
Defense team immediately moved for a judgment of acquittal before resting their case. Attorney Alexandra Shapiro argued the government failed to prove the counts against the rapper. Okay. The jury spent the last 6 weeks hearing testimony from Combs' ex-girlfriends, ex-employees, and witnesses involved in the investigation. The prosecution used the testimony to show that Combs already ran a criminal enterprise through his businesses, including Combs Digital. Allegedly, not already. He allegedly ran a criminal enterprise. According to testimony, the rapper had his personal assistant set up hotel rooms for freak-offs or hotel nights. The ex-employee who took the stand also testified they often procured drugs for the rapper. These drugs, including MDMA, cocaine, ecstasy, were then used by Combs and his ex-girlfriends during the allegedly forced sexual sessions involving male escorts, the prosecution argued. That is so weird. That is weird for a dude to hire. Casey Ventura, who dated Combs from 2007 to 2018, holy F, and the rapper's most recent ex-girlfriend both took the stand during the 6 weeks of testimony. Casey and Jane testified under a pseudonym, claimed they were introduced to freak-offs or hotel nights shortly after beginning their relationship with Combs. Wow.
The title of this video should be called Kurt Called It.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody remembers, but I called it. I said, I wish I'd say Janet. That would have made it sweeter this morning.
Yeah.
But he's either gonna walk, I said, or if he gets convicted, much like Dr. Cosby, it will be overturned. Because as Dave Chappelle made a funny joke, how the hell you got a RICO case with one guy in it?
Oh, right.
Yeah, Janet Comey. So they were only prosecuting him under that, going across state lines thing that the FBI made up to bust that black boxer for dating a white woman.
Yeah.
They were only using the trafficking law in the loosest, most nonsensical, bad way. Okay? Look, Discovery's gonna come out. Diddy has stuff on everyone. That's why he ain't gonna commit suicide.
Yeah.
Diddy didn't plead. Everyone's like, why isn't Diddy pleading? He's going away forever. And I said, have faith in Maureen Comey. Have faith. She'll get it done.
It looks like the fix is in, just like with the Epstein. That's right. They trafficked all these underage girls to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
In the Epstein case, there were no Johns. Nobody ever prosecuted. No Bill Clinton. No Bill Gates. No Hollywood comedians.
So why did they do this prosecution in the first place?
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Lee Wilson. I'm an international dance artist. I have so many projects coming out this year, and the only distributor I trust is CD Baby. The best part.
So that's
it's a humiliation ritual for Diddy, and they were like mulling over probably whether to kill him, but they won't. He's got something on him. He got spanked by Diageo for suing them. You know, that's what started this.
So
not anyone caring.
So he had a tequila company, right? Is that it?
Cirroc's the vodka, and he didn't know it. Nobody, people didn't seem to know that, but he didn't know it. A British company called Diageo that owns Guinness and Jameson, all the liquor. The fake name Diageo is not Italian. They made it up. He sued them for racism because he said they didn't plant his agave for his tequila because he's jealous of Clooney. Yeah, his CIA tequila made him a billionaire, but Diddy did make that brand really good. And then he finds out Diageo is screwing him and not planting the agave for the tequila, so he sued for racism. And you know what? Let's credit Diddy. That's probably exactly what it was. But because he did that, that bit the hand that fed him. And they're not going to tolerate that. So this is to put him back in his place. And the part where they dismissed those charges and everybody was following this, I blared 3 years about this. That's to put you in your place. We're not looking into it anymore. Maureen Comey, daughter, cleanup artist for the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Oh, look what happened. The same thing.
Okay, there you go. Okay, that's the wrap up with Kurt Metzger.
That's the derp of Gerp.
Hey, you're looking for a natural way to promote and maintain your liver health? I found a clinically supported, potent, and effective solution, and I can't wait to share it with you. Dose for your liver was formulated to cleanse your liver of unwanted elements, aid digestion, and maintain your body's filter. Why does this matter?
Dose, or as we say in America, the number 2. Don't take a poop. All about the skin tone, all about the skin tone, all about the. Yeah, but you got to think about how wealthy the company is that can pay him that just for endorsements. Once again, I like to go to the source. If they can pay him that much annually, and how much they make, if they can pay one endorser $70 million, you know that ain't breaking somebody's pocket. Somebody got the money to pay his ass. Where that come from? That's where the real bread at. Until you get all the way to the top, and then at the top is the people that own the printing presses, the people that actually print the money. They don't need money anymore. I own the plates and the coin mints. What do I give a fuck about money? I make money. Okay, I get all the way to the top. Like I say, Puff and Epstein, they're wealthy, but they not in control. These motherfuckers don't never be in control. Alright. I don't know, guys. We're almost at 2 hours. Kind of fucked off a little bit in the beginning, but you got that skin tone done. Tomorrow we can do mom's hair. Sorry. Oh, man. Start detailing the hair. I'm actually going to have a weird morning tomorrow. So the organization I work for, we have another location in the city I actually live in. Our second location is like 3 blocks from here. And our building manager came and spoke with me this morning saying, this afternoon saying that in this location here, they're getting some new furniture, and so he's gonna need help like moving some furniture around. He asked if I can help him. So he wants me to be at that location at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I still gotta drive to my normal office after that. And I got prison class tomorrow morning, and I might have a participant come in before I go to prison. So, it's gonna be a busy, busy morning. Now I'm thinking like, should I go to the gym or should I skip the gym in the morning since I'm gonna goddamn be moving furniture? That could be my damn workout. Moving some furniture might be my workout. All right. Oh man. Oh. I'm gonna have to go over her eyelashes again. I didn't have any black on my palette, so I'll just do that when I do her hair. Do her eyebrow and her eyelash over. We're getting close, guys. You know, if I hump really hard on Saturday and Sunday, like I say, not this weekend, but next weekend, this shit should be done. Do their hair one more time, sweater, earring, and jacket, and then that's it. So when I take this off the easel, I will prep another sketch. Like I said, I have some photos ready for the next foot painting. So I want to get that on canvas, at least get it sketched out before I start the next painting. I might even try to do another underpainting. Shake my face, getting itchy. I'll hold it out when I'm sleeping. We got some pretty good painting in today, guys. And I sure appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Oh boy. And it got nice and cool in here. I don't even feel like getting up now. Damn. All right. Gotta grab this. And brushes are clean, yeah. All right. Got that. Well, it's been another successful stream. Making progress on the next installment to the Whisper series, yo. It's looking good, coming along good. And before you know it, it'll be another one in our collection for that series. I love this series. It's so much fun doing these things. Hope you guys continue to stick with me for the remainder of this piece, because like I say, in another week or so we can have this thing finished and wrapped up and on to another painting. And hope you guys have a good evening, and we'll try it again next time. Peace. We're out of here.